Welcome to our Getting Started with eSpark teacher tutorial. My name is Jess. If you have any questions for us, please reach out to our support team using the blue chat in the bottom right corner of your eSpark teacher dashboard. There are two parts to getting started: activating your account and planning your eSpark implementation. Let's begin with part one, activating your account, which you can do in 3 simple steps. Step 1 is creating your teacher account or logging back in. You can sign in at esparkteacher.com using Google, Clever, or your school email address. If this is your first time eSparking, we'll ask you a couple of questions like what grades do you teach and where do you teach? When you've successfully signed in, eSpark will take you to your teacher dashboard. Let's take a look. You know you're in the teacher dashboard when you have this blue bar at the top, and eSpark will automatically take you to your home tab. Once you're here, you can update your grade level or school from any time from the settings in the upper right corner by clicking where it says Customize eSpark. Once you've created your eSpark account, the next step is to add your students. From your Home tab, scroll down to the big green button that says Add Students. And again, you'll see a few options, including Google Classroom, sharing a join code, connecting your Clever account, or manual rostering. Another way you can add students is by going to the class roster in your eSpark settings. Let's take a look. Again, from the upper right corner, you'll click where it says Class Roster. In addition to being able to add classes here, you can also double check a couple of settings for your class. We recommend looking at the grade level column to make sure that each of your students is rostered at their actual grade level, not the grade level you expect them to work at. You can also adjust audio settings. Second grade and below automatically have audio support, third grade and above do not. You can press the edit button to make changes as needed. And from the class options button, you can also manage your co-teachers, and you can add as many co-teachers as needed to your class. Once you have your class set up, the third and final step is to activate your account by having your students log in to begin. Students log in from Clever by going to their teacher's page in Clever and then clicking on the eSpark app. For Google and manual rostering, your students go to espark.app in their web browser, and then they can sign in with Google or their login credentials. There will even be an option to scan a QR code for easier access. You can find your class's personalized login instructions by clicking on the Login Instructions button in your class roster. When 1st to 5th grade students log into eSpark for the first time, they'll get started with a placement quiz automatically. Students outside this range will start at their grade level, and then eSpark will adapt for all students based on their performance. That's all you need to know about activating your eSpark account. Feel free to pause the video here to complete those steps. Next, we'll talk about part 2 for getting started, which is to plan your eSpark implementation. In order to plan your eSpark implementation, you'll need to understand the learning options in eSpark and the common ways teachers leverage it in the classroom. As a reminder, eSpark is made of 2 main learning options. The first option is the adaptive learning path, which is the core part of the eSpark experience for most teachers. As students progress through the curriculum, the adaptive path ensures each student is working at the right instructional level by adjusting lesson sequences based on proficiency. It can even be synced to your students' NWEA or STAR data. The adaptive learning path is always available when students log into eSpark under the My Quest section. The second learning option is assignments, where you can choose from our robust library of pre-built lessons to assign to your class for targeted instruction. Search by grade level, topic, or skill to find a 15-minute lesson that meets your needs. Students can find their assignments under the From My Teacher section on their dashboard. Once students complete the lesson, you'll have access to a comprehensive data report giving you insight into who has mastered the skill and who needs more support. Now that you understand the different learning options, you can think about your class's eSpark routine. When will you use eSpark? Some common times are reading or math block, morning time, transitions, end of the day, or during intervention blocks. How will you use eSpark? Some common implementation models are to use eSpark in math or reading centers, small group interventions, in a split class, or even a whole class model to support your core curriculum. It's also a great independent option throughout the day or at home. Finally, you can think about whether you want students to have them work on their adaptive learning path or assignments or both. We recommend that students use eSpark for about 1 hour per subject per week, and this can be in 15, 20, or 30-minute sessions. Feel free to customize eSpark time for what works best for your class. Now you're ready to get started. Happy eSparking!